So let me piggyback on the call up. So it was one day my agent called me. He's like, "Yeah, the Heat, they want you. They want you. Can you get on this flight? Can you get on this flight?" Because they needed somebody to get to San Antonio quick.
Right away, yeah.
Yes, and I'm like, "Yo, it's no flights. I can't make it." And I'm like, "This is crazy. Like, I'm not about to be back in the NBA because I can't find a flight." And then God always comes at the right time. The next day, it was like, okay, they canceled the game in San Antonio. Meet them in Houston. Found a flight. Made it nice. And
That's crazy.
yeah. So yeah, got there like you said, 10 days, all that, and then they signed me. So I think the thing with Spo is.
Welcome back to a new season of Link with JB. I'm your host, Jared Brownridge, joined by my co-host, Kiran Rehal. And today we have somebody who's a brother of mine, someone who's a former teammate, and someone whose journey I've had a front row seat to. He embodies finding a way or getting it out the mud, going from D2 to NBA G League to overseas to back to the NBA G League, and then on to the NBA where he was a key piece in an NBA Finals team. Currently playing for the Phoenix Suns, Haywood Highsmith. Thanks for coming on to the pod, brother.
Thank you for having me, my guy.
No doubt, for sure. And I want to start with where we met each other, which was in the NBA G League on the Delaware Bluecoats, the start of your pro career. Talk to us about what your NBA G League experience was like.
Yeah, so to start, coming out of college, I had to meet with agent, try to figure out what the next route for me was. Definitely was between overseas and G League. So took the G League route. They casted me as a local tryout player, but I didn't try out at all. I was in the summer league with them, training camp before they went to summer league with the team, and I really impressed.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave me basically a little shot on their G League team. Mm-hmm. They didn't bring me to Vegas, unfortunately, but it was cool. Got there, and obviously met everybody, all the guys. I remember we was in the hotel during training camp, and them last cuts were coming around, and everybody was nervous, and I was nervous as well. Cause I wasn't having the best preseason. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I was excited to go to the G League, and be a part of, the NBA in a sense, that's kind of like the NBA's little brother. So it was a cool experience for me, and that was kind of got my pro career started.
I love that. And I want to stay on the G League for a little bit because I think you would provide great perspective. There's a lot of fluctuation when it comes to the G League. As you know, there's a lot of players that get brought down from the big team down to the G League team.
Yeah.
And from there, it kind of affects our minutes and the flow and rhythm that we're in. I knew you would laugh at this. But can you talk about that and how you stayed locked in during those moments and what you would recommend to players going through that right now?
Yeah, it was tough. The Sixers, they sent a lot of guys down. They were trying to develop some of their draft picks, and you respect it. They're just trying to just make sure these guys are ready to develop and play. And the G League is a perfect situation for that.
Yeah.
So, for me, my thought process was control what I can control. Just go out there and just do what I got to do. Whatever minutes I get, play as hard as I can.
Yeah.
And if I'm not playing, cheer my teammates on and just keep getting better each day. I felt like the G League was a good route for me because it didn't give me instant, what I wanted, which was the NBA. I had to work for it, I had to develop, I had to grind, I had to learn the game, learn how to be a pro. And the G League is humbling for sure. I came from a D2, so it wasn't really that bad for me. I know guys who came from bigger colleges.
Yeah.
Went to the G League, but it was tough. But any person that's going through that now, like I said, just keep working, control what you can control.
Yeah.
You can't control guys who are first round draft picks getting sent down to the G League and your minutes getting cut. That's gonna happen. They have, it's politics in this basketball. It's real. So just keep grinding. And keep just trusting God and keep working. Stay in the gym, be in the gym.
Yeah. A lot of politics when it comes to G League and basketball in general, but you said a word there that sticks with me, which is grind. I sometimes say the G stands for grind because you know how it gets out there. Obviously, there's sometimes we're playing games and there's nobody in the stands. We're flying commercials, so there's just a lot that you have to do to get yourself going. But with that being said, how would you say the G League shaped you overall as a player?
I think it would shape me to the player I am today. I still remember, working on certain things in G League that I'm honestly doing today, the closeouts, the defensive details, talking, getting me out of just different schemes, stuff like that. Everything that I've gone through to get to this point has helped me get to this point.
Yeah.
And then obviously having teammates like you, teammates like Shake, learning from you guys as well has been great. Because obviously I don't know everything. I like to learn. I try to be a sponge. So taking all that knowledge in it's just a blessing that's helpful at the end of the day.
I love that. January 8th, 2019. Does that date mean anything to you?
It sounds familiar. Sounds familiar.
For those who don't know, Haywood played 2 games that day. One in the afternoon with the Delaware Bluecoats, and then he drove up to Camden to sign his 2-way contract and played later that night for the Philadelphia 76ers, where you scored your first basket, which wasn't 3, which I'm proud of. Can you talk to us about that experience? Because like we said, the G League is crazy. Like, you go from playing in the G League, then you go playing 2 games in one day, one for the G League and one for the NBA. What was that like for you?
That was a crazy day. One of the best days of my life for sure. And my parents, like, one of their best days as well, because they were crying, they were emotional to me. But like you said, like, we had a G League game earlier in the day. So we played at like 11, 12.
Yeah.
I think we played at the 76ers arena.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, okay. We played there. And then the plan was to sign a contract after the game. So we went to Camden, like you said, signed a contract. My dad's with me, my agent's with me. You know, signed a contract, taking pictures. Like, it feels great. Like, I just signed my first NBA contract. Like, this is what I wanted to do.
Yes.
You know, it's a 2-way, but I'm there. You know, I'm there. So they was like, I think the Philly was playing the Wizards. So they was, I think one of the front office people was like, I think they're gonna call you up tonight because we got some guys hurt. And I'm like, whoa. I just signed the contract and I'm about to put the jersey on and all that already. Hey, but it was, I was excited, but I was also nervous. Like, yeah, this is big, you know. So my mom came up, a whole bunch of family. My brother came up, because like they're from Baltimore, so they can just drive up to Philly. So it's playing the Wizards, and like, well, when I first get into the locker room, my locker is right next to Jimmy's, of course. Like, I follow, I guess, I don't know, me and Jimmy follow each other around. I mean, after that, we obviously went to Miami or whatever, but right next to Jimmy's, that's like the perfect situation for me. Like, Jimmy's a great person to learn from. He's a superstar, been in the league, most improved. He knows won games, you know, he's an all-star type player, so that's the perfect situation for me.
Yeah.
So got to the locker room, saw Jimmy was next to me, and I saw the jerseys. I'm like, this is real. Yeah. They said 7 Highsmith, you know, and just thought about all the hard work they went into getting to this point, you know, and then played the game. The Sixers ended up blowing out. The Wizards got into the game, and not gonna lie, I was a little nervous getting into the game. But once I got up there and started running around, you know, I thought, this is basketball. I've done this my whole life. And then came off the little pin down they call floppy. I think Shake
Floppy's a
floppy action.
Yeah, floppy action. I think Shake had the ball.
Nice.
Came it all. I was open, saw the rim, let it go, water.
I love that, man.
Yeah, and it just felt everything just felt right. Like, that was like the perfect day. Like, my mom was crying afterwards. It was a beautiful moment, and like, I always think about that day a lot when I'm like struggling, going through different hardships and stuff like that. But
that's awesome, man. And we were happy for you, and obviously you made the most of it. But before your pro career, you started at a D2 university in Wheeling Jesuit. Talk about that, because I think when most people sit back and they're like, wow, this guy's in the NBA and he started off at a D2 university. Like, how did he fly under the radar? So talk about why you think you flew under the radar and why players in general fly under the radar in college.
Yeah, my journey has been definitely like very different. Like, I tell this story a lot, and you can write a book, you can do a Netflix series on this journey, how I got to the NBA. But in high school, like, I wasn't the hardest worker, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when I started really working hard, when I got to college, like, I thought it would just come to me and I'd just be good in high school. So like, I worked out, but I didn't do like the extra work to be even better, you know? So I kind of flew out the radar because of that. I wasn't the strongest. I was like a late bloomer. Like, I had potential, like 6'6", could dribble, you know, could rebound, defend. Jump shot wasn't there fully, but it was a little bit. So kind of flew under the radar. Got some offers from prep schools, Division 2s, Division 3s. Had some Division 1 interest for like walk-ons, but I wasn't really trying to go that route. So then I chose Wheeling, and then like, you know, Wheeling University, small Division 2 school in West Virginia. Like, when I walk around nowadays and people ask me where I went to college, I say it. But like, what am I saying it for? Again, nobody's ever said, oh yeah, I know where that. Yeah. They be like, where that's at? Yeah. You know, but went to the school, stayed there all 4 years, got better each year. The coach there, he's from Maryland, so we kind of connected on that, from Baltimore. He pushed me a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was not a morning person. Yeah. So these 6 a.m. workouts, 7 a.m. workouts, I wasn't liking them. I wasn't messing with them. I definitely was late a couple of times, but I got my stuff together, and then I figured it out. Like, I finally, like, okay, like, I can do this college basketball thing. Yeah. So freshman year, somebody got hurt. It was in my position, got to the starting lineup. Started balling out, and then like, everybody just saw my potential, and I just kind of just took off from there. Like, each year I got better. My senior year, I won All-American, first team All Conference Player of the Year, National Player of the Year, like all the accolades you could think. So, you know, I'm glad that I stayed there and I just try to just work my hardest and just not let, you know, obviously, you know, transferring could have been an option, maybe, but you know, I kind of stuck to my guns and just wanted just to be the man. You know? So I felt like it was pure situation, and then, you know, God got me from there.
Yeah. And can you talk about why you did that? Because I love people who choose a school and decide to stick it through. I know when I went to Santa Clara University, I could have left as well too, but I was like, nah, like this is a school I signed to and I wanted to like build my legacy here. Why did you do that at Willie?
Yeah, I mean, it's always not, the grass is not always green on the other side. Like you go to a different school and like you go to a bigger school and they got players just as talented as you, and they got their guys that's been there for years and you the newcomer, and it's like you went from being the 1A, 1B to like the 7-man off the bench. And it's like, do you really want to make that sacrifice? Like, you know, you want to be that guy.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously NIL wasn't a thing back then. You know, I'm not gonna say maybe if I was Division II now and NIL and, you know, got somebody trying. I don't know. I don't know.
We all wish we could go back.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand. But yeah, I would just say like just stick with what you know, what you love. Like, you know, like staying where we stayed at, like Santa Clara, like my school, like, you know, it was small schools, not the highest, but we still had like a great situation there. You didn't want to mess that up.
Yeah, we found our own path. And just quick question, because I think you told me this before, but did Sham play in your league?
He did. Sham God did play in my league.
Yeah, shout out to Sham God.
Shout out
to Sham God, man.
That's Sham God, the Sham God's son. That's not big Sham God, but Sham God.
Younger
Sham God. Not the
son Sham God. Yes.
But speaking of wheeling and like sticking to it, it obviously worked out for you because in February 2024, they ended up retiring your jersey. How special was that for you?
That was very special. You know, I had all my teammates come up, all my family come up, the whole wheeling community, even though it's very small. But everybody came up to support me. I think I'm the first player they actually retired. I was it was the only jersey up there when they revealed it. So it was pretty cool. And you know, just seeing all the support and just making a weekend out of it, you know, getting back to my roots kind of, because wheeling's a part of my journey. Like seeing people I haven't seen in years, talking to old teammates, talking to old coaches, talking to old fans, like it was cool. So, you know, wheeling's always going to be a part of me.
Sure. Shout out to you for that, because it's not easy to get your jersey retired.
It isn't.
That's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I'm sure most people can anticipate that you experienced some type of trials and tribulations throughout your career, obviously starting at a D2, bouncing back and forth between the G League and also going overseas. Can you talk to us about maybe one of your lower points in your career, or maybe a time where you doubted yourself the most? And I know you'll resonate with this, because for me personally, sometimes you feel like you've done everything you can and you don't get that shot. I know for me, it was earlier in my G League career where I think I led the league in 3-point field goals made. I think I was going up against your boy Duncan.
Yeah.
And we, you know, shooting a high clip, playing on both sides of the ball, still didn't get a chance for a call-up. But you like, in that moment, I'm like, man, like, what am I gonna, like, how am I gonna get to where I'm gonna get to if I just did everything I could possibly do? But as athletes, we always get back on track. But for you, what was it specifically?
Yeah, I mean, I would say a couple more, like I got like 2 moments. I would say, like when I got the Philly and I got the 2-way, I kind of got way too comfortable. So summertime, I got cut, and then they gave you know, Shayok, my 2-way.
Yeah.
Mario Shayok. So that was kind of like a whirlwind for me, and kind of like tough, you know, because I mean, obviously I worked to get to the NBA and now I'm not in it.
Yeah.
You just cut me just like that. But it kind of woke me up, and I went over, I think then next season I went to G League, COVID hit, then I went to overseas in Germany, and that was a whole different situation because like it was COVID, it's very isolated. Like Germany had like a lot of rules and stuff, so I wasn't seeing my family. Didn't see a lot of my friends, was away for the holidays, which is very tough, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, like being away from my family, it's not easy at all. But I would say just in that moment, like I definitely like cried a little bit being overseas and being alone, just because like the mental aspect of it. Like I wasn't having my best season over there. I didn't get to see my family. Like I said, it was a whole different culture, you know. So that whole experience was tough for me, but I definitely think it made me stronger. Like that was like a wake up call, and kind of like something I had to go through to get through it that like make me stronger in the long run. So yeah, I would say probably the Germany situation being over there. I got hurt too, hurt my elbow, so I had to come back and get surgery. And then just getting cut from the Sixers, I would say.
Yeah.
Those situations that kind of like really was like a trial, you know.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that with us. I went overseas right after college, went to Italy, and I can agree with you that it's very hard over there. It's like play basketball a different kind of way.
It's tough. It's tough.
And you can't see nobody. You got to just do FaceTimes at different times, man. It's tough to really get your rhythm over there.
It is.
Yeah. Well, obviously you find yourself and you stayed resilient because Miami Heat did come calling. And I can remember that moment specifically because it was during the time where the COVID spike era was going on and NBA teams were calling on G League players via the hardship exception to bring them up. And I think we were all waiting by our phones. I remember talking to you. I was like, yo, hey, will you get the car yet? Now I'm trying to see if my agent said anything.
Everybody looking at each other like, yo, where you going? Oh, where you going? It's crazy.
That's exactly what it was like. And obviously, like I said, Miami Heat did call and you did get the 10-day. And not only one, not two, but three. So they really loved you. Talk about what you did during that time to earn Coach Spo's trust both on and off the court.
Yeah. So let me piggyback on the call up. So it was one day my agent called me. He's like, yeah, the Heat, they want you. They want you. Can you get on this flight? Can you get on this flight? Because they needed somebody to get to San Antonio quick.
Right away, yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, yo, it's no flights. I can't make it. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I'm not about to be back in the NBA because I can't find a flight. And then God always comes at the right time. The next day, it was like, okay, they canceled the game in San Antonio. Meet them in Houston. Found a flight. Made it nice. And
that's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, got there, like you said, 10 days, all that. And then they signed me. So, I think the thing with Spo is, like, obviously, he's one of the best coaches in the NBA. Like, he's won championship, stuff like that. You definitely, I mean, obviously, like, trust is a big thing. Like, him getting to trust me. I think him seeing how I moved around in everyday life, like practice, moved around like during games when I wasn't playing, like shoot arounds, like being a pro and like being serious. I think that made him trust me even more. And then once he put me out there and he saw he could trust me, it made him trust me even more than that.
Yeah.
So I think just the communication part and then him just seeing like, you know, like this guy he's a winner. Like he's gonna do whatever it takes to win. So I think it takes time to kind of develop that trust, but I think just showing the work. And also just showing like, you know, you about it, like you want this. Like I want to be in this situation. Like I want the pressure. I want to be in there in the fourth quarter when we need to get a stop. Like I'm about it. Like I can guard him. Like I remember he used to ask me sometimes in the weight room, like, yo, you can guard Jaylen Brown? No. I'm like, hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Like, why would I say no? Like, yeah. He's just testing you to see what your reaction is going to be, what your answer is going to be to the question. So
I love that. And I feel like you can speak to this, but obviously in the G League, you know, sometimes we get upset when people don't pass the ball. We play basketball the right way, right? But during that time, you did what you had to do, which was rebound, run the floor, play defense, and that's what got you the call up. So what would you say to G League players now, the ones who can't quite understand, oh, you don't need to score 50 points to get that NBA call up?
I would say, I mean, just think about it. Every team is going to have already a certified scorer there. Like, they got scoring.
There you go.
They need the guys going to do a little thing. Every team needs the guys going to do little things. Think about the team that just won the championship, Oklahoma City, Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, like guys like that, Cason Wallace. Like, you need guys like that because, like, they're going to make the winning plays. Like, they're going to dive on the floor and get that ball when you need it and you down two. You know, they're going to make that deflection. They're going to make that rotation. They're going to box that guy out when you need the ball, need that rebound. Like, and not everybody's going to do that dirty work. So they're looking for guys who are willing to do it. Like, and honestly, I mean, I was already kind of that guy, but when I got to Miami and I saw PJ Tucker, that kind of was like, okay, I got to be like him. Like,
nice, yeah.
PJ Tucker, like he's been playing for a long time for a reason,
right there,
and I'm like, I gotta try to be like him. Like I was always that PJ, like, yo, how do you do this? Like, I used to be like, yo, send me PJ film. Like I want watch like what he got going on because like PJ's not like the most athletic guy in the world. He just plays hard and he just he's smart. Like you know, he's playing. He quits corner threes. You know, so I would just say like it's not always about scoring. Like. Obviously, the scoring, like that's why you know the fans come out like you got to score the ball to win and all that, but like you do need guys that's gonna do the other stuff. Yeah.
And two quick questions for you before I pass it over. When you were with PJ, did he ever give you any of his shoes?
He did. He gave me one. He gave me some Kobe's. They were. I forget which ones exactly they were, but they were some nice black and like blue or something like that. They were nice.
That's good that he gave you something.
Yeah.
And then lastly, with Miami Heat, obviously they're known for Heat culture. I feel like there's stories that I've heard. People that are going into the draft, there's like the conditioning aspect was part of it. But even people who are there during the regular season, such as yourself, I've heard stories like, oh, they check your body fat percentage, make sure that you're in shape. Is there any truth to this?
I get this question so much. It is some truth to it. They do have a conditioning test.
Yeah.
They do check your body fat from time. It's not like very often, but it's from time to time.
Yeah.
And you know, like the Heat try and win. Like they just all about winning. Yeah. Like, I mean, that's just what it is. What it is. Like if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Like if you made for Heat culture, you gonna make it. You're not. You know. So
That's a perfect segue into my question of they just want to win. I
Yeah.
want to talk about the 2023 playoff run that you had with the Heat. You guys came in at the 8th seed, went on to win 2 play-in games to get into the postseason. You then went on to defeat the Bucks, the Knicks, the Celtics, and then finally make your way to the finals where you faced off Denver. What was that experience like?
that was a crazy experience. That was probably some of the greatest scoring, like just obliteration I've seen out of some like Jimmy Butler on that run. I'm sorry, but he was killing. He was killing. Like
Oh, man.
like seeing like that's the loudest. I don't know if I think it was game 4 in Miami when like he had like 50 or something.
Yup.
That was the loudest I ever heard Kaseya Center.
Crowd pops.
And like I think I was on the sideline. I like dropped. If you can see in the video when he hit that 1-3, the step back there, you can see me. I dropped to my knees because I'm like, yo, what am I watching? This is crazy.
Next level.
This is crazy. But that run was special. I'm just upset we can finish it. Like we was kind of like burned out though. Like we had a lot of like we had a play in. Then we had the Bucks, Knicks. Then we had a 7-game series with the Celtics, and then the Denver was so fresh. It was crazy, but. That run was special. It was special. Obviously, like I had my moments, like the Jason Tatum strip. I had 18 points in game 1 with against the Nuggets in the finals. Like you was there for that. So had my moments. It was special, and I used that experience as like what playoff basketball is about. Like playoff basketball is different than regular season basketball.
Yeah.
And like that run really taught me that because like. It wasn't the same type of like foul calls. Like it wasn't so easy no more to like try to score, cut. Like they want everything, and then like every game is like an adjustment. Like they adjust, you adjust.
Yes.
Then you adjust to what they just adjusted. It's like chess.
It's
the
chess.
playoffs is like chess.
You get to the
Crazy.
finals, it's chess. And like you
Crazy.
said, in Denver, 18 points in 23 minutes in that game 1, which I was at, thankfully, because I was like talking to the crowd. I was like, y'all can't do nothing with this man.
You can't do nothing with Tony.
Yeah, I was up there going crazy, bro. But talk about that moment, because in the finals, which that came pretty quickly after you joining the NBA, like to have that kind of a game, what was that like?
I mean, that was like a dream. I mean, I'm on the highest stage of basketball. Everybody's watching. Like all the teams in the world. Like we're the last 2 teams left, and like obviously nobody had their money on me getting 18 points in the final. Let's be real. Like it is what it is. Well, like I was just playing good basketball and playing in the flow. My teammates was finding me. And it was a good game. We didn't win, but it was a good game for me, for sure. And yeah, it was fun. I had fun.
That.
Well, I'm so glad that you brought up Jimmy earlier. I have a question for you, and I need you to answer it very honestly, okay? Is playoff Jimmy a real thing?
I think it's a thing for sure. What I've seen. That was funny. Do y'all know the backstory? Y'all know the backstory behind that?
No, we need to hear it.
Al Horford in one of the first couple games when they beat us in Boston, I think they made a run and he did like that. He did the same thing Jimmy's doing right now until I think the ref or our coach or whoever he did like that. Got on one knee, did like that.
And he did.
That was in game. I think the game when he had 52 or game 3. I don't know which one.
Okay.
But Jimmy's such a troll. So he saw that. He put it in his brain. He like, okay, bet.
Yeah.
And then we made a run. He did the same thing.
Yes.
Jimmy's a troll.
The funniest thing is they're teammates now. All
They
the
are.
Warriors.
That is.
They are.
So the beat
They are.
is definitely behind him, but like
Yeah.
that's so funny how life works.
Yeah, that was funny.
I think he was going at Grant Williams a lot that series too.
He was. That was game 2 when Grant got him fired up.
Yes.
Bad move.
Oh my gosh. So you would say that playoff Jimmy is a real?
I would say that.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you for confirming. And then last thing on Jimmy here. I know that you talked a little bit how it was playing with him on the court, but what is he like off the court?
He's really into his coffee, for sure. So, I mean, Jimmy's cool off the court. He's cool. I don't have no. People try to like, cause that one time where I had to like, they said I was starting over him in the media. I think Shams tweeted that or whatever. Like, people think we got beef. Like, I don't have any beef with Jimmy. Like, he's cool, So he's very misunderstood. He's just a winner and wants to win. That's what I feel like. Yeah.
Love it.
And I see on his Instagram a lot, like during his time in Miami, he did play a lot of cards and dominoes. And I think he invited you and the team over to the house. Did he take your money? How much money was put up? Tell us.
That wasn't for money. We was playing cards, little spades. He definitely won. He's good at spades.
Sure he did.
He's good at spades. Let's just say that.
Yeah. And then obviously transitioning with you being in Miami, think about it. You came from Wilmington, Delaware. We spent time there. there's really not much to do out there. And then you go to Miami where there's everything at your front doorstep. Did you have trouble balancing that work-life play or the distractions that come with it?
It's a good question. I think I didn't have trouble, but I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like really like a trouble. Like, Miami has so much distractions. Like, everybody's trying to do something. Oh, like, everybody's trying to like be a friend. Like, you know, I definitely had to make like a couple friends out there just to like make sure I had some people out there that I could like trust and stuff like that. But it wasn't really hard for me to adjust to that, I think, because like I always try to keep the main thing. Like, I learned from my situation with the Philly when I got cut. Like, I told myself like I would never like not work my hardest to just stay in the NBA, like stay in the gym, like just show them I'm willing to put in the extra work. So like the goal for me was always just to stay in the gym. Like, it's cool to like celebrate and like hang out, like stuff like that, but I wasn't like not locked in. Like, I was locked in for sure. Like, I had a goal and I was trying to stay in the NBA and just keep going to the next goal.
Cool, man. And then obviously when you were with Miami Heat, you did solidify yourself as a 3-and-D guy, and a high-level 3-and-D player, might I add. During that time, how do you prepare for your opponents defensively?
So I try to watch a lot of film, for sure. Obviously, like, I already know tendencies in my head. I only have to watch film. Like, obviously, Luka loves a step back. KD loves hezzy pulls, like mid-range, all that stuff. There's certain stuff like I can't like do too much about, like KD pull-up. Like, I can't block that, whatever. But definitely like watching a lot of film, like being locked in on shoot around on certain plays, like knowing where players like to catch the ball and where they're trying to get to and stuff like that. And like when I would come off the bench, I would also like watch the first couple minutes, so I already know what's going on in the game. Yeah, so just staying locked in on the game and just like studying them for sure.
And like you said, there's some players where it doesn't matter what tendencies, there's nothing you can do, and you've graced the court with a lot of amazing players. So I need to ask, who are your 3 toughest players to guard? And before you answer, you know who my favorite player is, and he better be on that list. That's what I was saying.
I haven't guarded him a lot though. That's the thing. Like, I guarded him once and it was tough because he don't stop moving. Like, bro, I'm like, yo, stay still, bro.
And
like,
for those who don't know, it's Steph Curry.
Steph Curry's definitely tough to guard, but it's not because of like he's just he's the greatest shooter of all time.
He has,
but like, but I know what I'm saying. Like, when they trying like boogie, like Steph Curry can boogie. I'm talking about like boogie, like Shea, Jalen Brunson, like one-on-one. Like, Steph is greatest of all time.
Yeah,
he don't stop moving. That's really why he's tough to guard. Like, I just chased him off this pin down, but he's all the way in the corner already now. Like, it's crazy. But Curry's definitely like top 5 for me. Top 3, I would say KD. I get this question. I ain't gonna lie, yo. Donovan Mitchell gives me such troubles. I don't know why. He gives me troubles. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put Donovan Mitchell up there.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's a tough question.
I'm gonna have a tie for 3rd. It's no order. I'm gonna have a tie for 3rd.
No order.
I'm gonna have a tie for 3rd. I'm sorry to do this to you. Shea and Ant.
Okay.
Shea and Ant. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I wouldn't.
Shea just doesn't stop. Like, he don't stop going. He's attacking. Stop. He's a bucket.
Oh my gosh. And I have to ask real quick. Obviously, when we were in Delaware, we had a lot of shooting competitions after practice. A lot of which I won, just so everybody knows. But then when you got to Miami, obviously you were joined by other great shooters as well, in Max Strus and Duncan Robinson. Did you guys ever have any competitions shooting wise at all?
I definitely had some competitions with Duncan. I'm not gonna lie to you. He won most of them. I won a cut. I kept it competitive a little bit, but like Duncan came out the womb shooting. Like, I just became a shooter. Like,
I just got here.
I just got here. Like, let's chill out. Like,
I love it.
That is hilarious. I wanted to ask, are you familiar with your nickname, Mr. Locksmith?
I am familiar with it.
Do you resonate with it?
I actually have an LLC named Locksmith.
Okay, you got to start making merch.
Yeah, that's the next step for sure. That's the next step.
So you resonate with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Locksmith, I have a scenario for you.
Oh, here we go.
Which one would feel more elite? Getting a game-saving block or hitting a game-winning 3?
You know my answer.
I know your answer. I'm gonna go with the block.
That's on brand. That's on brand.
Why?
No disrespect. I'm probably gonna be in the game on the defensive end. They're not gonna have me in the game on the offense. Say nah, unless I'm high. But nah, go with the block because like it feels good locking somebody up and getting the stop. Like, let's do it the hard way. Like, one stop. We don't need the bucket. It was a good stop.
I love that.
like it. I know that has to feel elite.
Yeah.
And I want to pivot now to your current team, the Phoenix Suns. Although still new for you, how has that transition been?
It's been great. It's been great. They've been taking great care of me and my family. Finally got settled in our spot down there. All my teammates are very, very cool, very chill. I'm still getting to know everybody, but it's a great organization. I'm excited to be part of the Phoenix Suns. Yeah.
And then obviously Devin Booker being the leader of that franchise, the all-time leader in points as well. How has he been so far since your time there?
You know players are good and elite, like just playing against them and seeing them on TV. But like when you're actually their teammate and you see like what they got going on, how they work, and then see it in the game, then you're like, wow, this guy's he's good. He's good.
He's for real.
He's for real. Like this guy's good.
Yeah.
Like he's elite. Like mid range. Like he's stronger than you thought he was. Like he's a great leader as well, and he's a superstar for a reason.
Yeah. And obviously with the Suns now, talk to us about what the toughest moments might be when getting traded or going to a different team that most people don't know about. You spent time with Miami Heat, Brooklyn Nets, now the Phoenix Suns. What's one of the toughest?
I would just say like the whole like transition, like trying to get acclimated. Like you was just in this apartment in New York, and now you're trying to find a spot in Phoenix. You're trying to get all your stuff out of that apartment. Trying to figure out if you want to take it to Phoenix, what you'll put in the storage. Like that whole behind the scenes, like logistics stuff. Like it's a whole process. Thank God, like I got like a good support system, a good circle that helps me with that. But it's definitely stressful. And then I was just meeting everybody, trying to learn everybody's names and stuff too. It's sometimes a little tough, but yeah, change is good though. Change is good. Honestly, like I'm happy to be in Phoenix. Like I've been working my golf game a little bit out there.
Hey, we talked about that a little bit off camera. Your golf game, how's it coming along so far?
Right now, I'm just watching reels on Instagram, trying to figure out if my swing is there yet. I'm very, very amateur for sure. I got to get back into it. I just bought one of those like putting things. To put in like my backyard. So like I'm gonna be an elite putter. For sure. Just gotta work on the drive.
Let me tell you now, like golf is very addicting. So once you buy one thing, you start buying a whole bunch of things. So get ready for that.
I was honestly thinking about buying something else the other day. So you're right. You're right.
Trust me, that's how it's gonna be. When we both retire, we'll definitely hit the golf course for sure.
I think it changed for me when I got the custom clubs. Like that's what I needed.
Custom clubs,
like because I'm too tall for the regular clubs. And that's why I couldn't swing. Now I'm good with the custom clubs.
It's always good to start off with the non-customized clubs. But then once you realize, okay, I really like this sport. Now you got to get custom.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious.
That is, man. Well, you talked about how you had a strong support system, so I do want to transition to your family. Obviously, your parents, I know them very well, and they support you to the max. Whether it comes to wearing your jerseys or whether it comes to your dad yelling at the refs, which I could vividly picture in my head right now, or whether it comes to them traveling city to city to watch you play on the road. Talk about what their support has meant to you on this journey so far.
I mean, without them, I wouldn't even be here. Like, they drove me to every single AAU game, every single practice, like, workout. Like, they've supported me so much throughout my, like, basketball journey when I was younger until now. And, I mean, they're everything. You know, they've made me who I am today as a person. Obviously, as a player, they supported me no matter what. You know, and I can't ask for them more than that. So... yeah, I mean, they travel a lot. Like, they're retired, so that's what they do. It's probably fun for them. I think their goal is to go to every, like, single arena in the NBA. So, yeah.
How many have they gotten off the list?
I think they might be halfway.
Okay.
Might be halfway. They came to Chicago. Last year. Yeah,
I made sure
for the play.
Yeah. It was fun sitting next to
Yeah, my father was a chirp.
Yeah. Well, speaking of fathers, you're a father yourself.
I am.
You have a beautiful daughter in Hazel. Talk about how that has changed your perspective on life at all.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say when I had her, like, obviously I had to realize that, like, it's bigger than me. Like, everything I do is for her in a sense. Like, this is my daughter, this is my child, like I got to protect her at all costs. I got to make sure she's good at all costs. So, everything I do in life is for her. And obviously, like, every choice I make, I got to make it for her as well. So, it comes with great responsibility, but it's the best job in the world.
And then on Instagram, I've seen that you brought her into the practice facility at times.
She loves
on her handle. Can we expect basketball in her future, or is there something else she's interested in?
She loves basketball for sure. She's very tall as well. Off camera, I'll show you some pictures of her next to her classmates. It's crazy.
I need to see that. How
tall she is, but she loves basketball. So yeah, I definitely can see it in the future.
the way your father acts might be the way you start to act when she gets.
You know what? I'm not gonna. I'm a chill parent. Like I'll help her, but I ain't gonna be yelling. Like
You say that now.
no. Ain't no way I'm yelling. Ain't no way. And not like him. Not like him.
Okay.
I don't know though. Y'all. I don't know.
We'll check back in.
Yeah, check back in.
Yeah,
Check back in. Check back in. I think because I got it, I don't want to give it to her though. Like,
Yeah,
I got it. I don't want her to feel how I feel sometimes. I'll be like, that's not my fault. But I don't know him.
I'm already know.
Say nah.
Well, I hope she does well in whatever she chooses to do.
Appreciate it.
And one thing I do want to add is that obviously we spent so much time together starting off in Delaware, like I mentioned. But seeing you like when you first got there as a young guy, like coming in, just having fun, like you were talented and you were good, but just having fun. But to see the way you've matured and you've talked about it in this interview, I think that's been amazing to see. And I think you've done an amazing job. And although we're friends and stuff, I don't really, you never really had time to say that to people. So I just wanted to say that you've done a great job with that. So just keep going because we all rooting for you.
Appreciate that. I definitely used to be less mature for sure. But
I still Haywood used to be a little different, but he's got his stuff together now, man.
Still a little jokes every now and then, but definitely try to grow up a little bit and mature.
I love that, man.
Appreciate that though.
No, for sure. And I want to end with this last question, and this is something I ask all my athletes who come onto the show. Obviously, we have the fortunate opportunity to spend time with teammates, coaches, mentors, front office personnel, all people who we learn from and gain lessons from. And also the sport itself teaches us a lot of lessons. When it's all said and done and you walk away from the game, what's the biggest lesson you'll take from basketball with you for the rest of your life?
It's a great question.
And I know I put you on the spot, so take your time, think about it. But yeah, we just learned so much during that time. So
I would probably say whatever you do in life, just do it to the fullest. Leave nothing on the table, leave no regrets. Because you don't want to look back and be like, oh, should have did this, should have did that. No, just do everything that you can do, work your hardest, and when it's all said and done, just say, I did everything I could.
Well,
I don't get no more.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I feel like you embody that perfectly. We appreciate your perspective. We appreciate your wisdom. Thanks for coming on to the show. Obviously, we're going to be rooting for you for the rest of this season, but also for the remainder of your career. So keep going, brother.
Appreciate you having me. Thank you, guys. It's been great.
No doubt. And shout out to Kiran for her first appearance on Link with JB. And thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.